What's up, guys? Welcome to A Reseller's Life. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. In this episode, I'm going to go over 10 habits that you should do every single month to keep your store running smoothly. Let's get straight into it. This is Mark in my Mastermind Group's work area. 1% improvements is what I want everyone to focus on. He made the improvement of putting the bubble wrap on a broomstick so that he could get it off the table and into the vertical space, saving time, space, and also it's really nice to look at. That's really simple and inexpensive. I recommend every single day you walk into your workspace, make it better. Make it 1% cleaner, more organized, and over time, you're going to have a very comfortable place to work. Number 2. You want to create a listing habit and then don't break the chain. For me, every single time you get an email from eBay when you launch something new. So for me, I want to launch around 66 listings per day. So you can go into my email and you can look. I have listings going live every few minutes pretty much all day. I recommend setting a listing habit of, let's say, 100 listings per week. That's 20 Monday through Friday, and then never miss that. Keep that chain going. You can do 15 a day forever. And one great way to avoid falling off is just don't miss 2 days in a row. If something comes up and you have to visit some family or whatever happens to you, just don't miss more than 1 day in a row and keep this chain going. I have listed 30 to 60 items for 6 straight months in this new account, and the results are hard to argue with. Basically, my sales have completely evened out. I am close to 4,000 sales in this new store. You guys can check it out. My store is just called Daily Refinement. That's my username on eBay. You can take a look at what kind of stuff that I'm selling. Number 3, you want to record your processes electronically. So I have my reseller standard operating procedures in a group document for my mastermind group to check out. And this is also part of the reseller field guide. If you guys want to buy my processes, it's $35 with code YouTube in the description below. But you want to record everything that you're doing in a document so that you can go back and see if you're actually getting better at your processes. This is important because there's a lot of stuff involved. You've got to pick a model and basically get really good at it. Inventory systems, your schedule, your sourcing system, cleaning, photography. There's a lot to remember, so you want to put it all in this document because ultimately you want to have the option to have somebody else help you with it or completely delegate it to them. But you can't do that without the process actually written out. So this is very important. I recommend using a Google Doc or just Trello, which is a document that I use to basically monitor all my different processes. So number 4, this is actually my favorite piece of advice. So if you guys want to let me know in the comment section below which one is your favorite and help me out, help the channel, smash the like button and consider subscribing if this information is useful for you. All my videos have actionable tips to help you grow your store. So this is the best piece of advice, and I wish I could give this to every single young person because I wish I had this advice when I was younger, which was put all of your effort into getting into the top 20% of anything. Any profession, lawyer, doctor, if you want to be a pole vaulter, whatever, get into the top 20%, even if you don't like it. I like this advice much more than follow your passion because you don't have to like it. If you know how to get into the top 20% of something, later you can transfer it to something that you like. It's just that skill of learning how to learn things quickly is really powerful. So for me, as a child, my parents made me do things that they thought were good for me, and that skill has translated into pretty much anything that I want to do. It's the same type of process. You figure out what the best are doing and you copy them. So my advice for number 4 is always focus on getting into the top 20% of your field. You probably will make enough money. Rarely do people who resell consistently sell over 100 items a week. That would put you in the top 20%. Just focus on that and don't worry about the other stuff. Number 5, make sure all of your questions are resolved. So here is your seller dashboard. Down here, you're going to see with questions, and mine is at 0. So make sure this is always at 0. Once you click into this, it'll pull up how many questions that you have unanswered. I'm going to click on mine. You can see that should be 0. And I also have this bookmarked here. So if you want to bookmark this video and come back later and make sure you're doing all 10, this one is documented. I just mark as answered. Sometimes somebody responds back, thank you. There's no need to respond to that. Just put mark as answered. But keeping this at 0 for me, I found, keeps the algorithm fresh. And I think if you have a bunch of unanswered questions, then eBay is wondering, are you providing good customer service or not? So now let's look at the next one, which is make sure that you have all returns closed or they are beyond your control. So here I have 16 open returns. You can look at the reasons, right? So doesn't fit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of the 16 are does not fit. I have one ordered by mistake, and then I have one doesn't match description or photos. This one's brutal because I measured the waist and it's 17 inches and the customer's claiming that it's 18 inches. I know that's not true because this is actually a personal pair of shorts that I wore, so I know the measurements are correct. However, that's fine. Unfortunately, they opened up an INAD, which is item not as described. I'm actually going to go in here and issue them a refund because the item has already been shipped back. And this is one of those situations where someone would make up a reason to avoid paying the return shipping. That's why I changed to free shipping and free returns so I don't get dinged, because I'm going to be paying the return shipping anyway. If they just mark it as item not as described, might as well just do it right from the beginning. I consider 99.9% of buyers honest. So again, make sure that your returns are closed out as much as possible. For me, once the customer puts it in the mail, if I trust them, I'm going to refund them. Here, I'm literally waiting for 15 out of 16 people to ship the item back to me. It used to be after a week it would close, but right now with the situation, they've extended it to 60 days before you can actually have this return automatically closed. But make sure that all your returns are closed because this will hurt your search visibility if they're not. Okay, number 7, make sure your eBay bill is paid. My bill this month's kind of expensive. It's $3,743. I assume if you don't pay your bill, eBay will sort of mess with your search visibility. So make sure you pay your eBay bill on time and review it. Go over it, at least look at the summary, have an idea of how much you're paying with promoted listings, how much you're paying on final value fees. This is important. This will be one of your larger bills in the month. So make sure that your eBay bill is paid. Number 8, make sure you don't run out of supplies. This is why I recommend doing this every single month. I have bookmarked for you guys 2 different things. One is the post office's free supplies. You can go to USPS.com and order all these items for free. I'm actually going to order some Tyvek. I'm going to type in right here. So Tyvek. These are the priority envelopes that are 12 by 15, and they're that plastic material. So I love these. I'm going to order 100 of them right now, and I recommend creating a USPS account that way you can come back in here and quickly order something to get sent to you. I do it probably once per month. You could do it once every 3 months. It depends on how much space you have for extra shipping materials. I don't like to have too much of it because it takes up a lot of space. Once you create a commercial account, it also makes filing claims faster and also tracking packages if you want to follow up on a very expensive package. Creating your own commercial account's free and also quite useful. So here also I have bookmarked all the equipment that I use. I have eBay equipment, the books that I recommend. If you want to make a perfect cup of coffee, I think I can teach you how to do it for 45 cents. There's this really nice Colombian roast that I love. Also, if you're looking for the exact eBay stuff that I use, that's in here under eBay equipment. And for YouTube, if you guys are curious, all the equipment I use to make these videos is in here as well. Also, my main category is shoes, so my shoe store essentials are in here. If you're wondering what I use to actually clean my shoes, and then hopefully one day I can start a cooking channel and put my stuff in there too. Okay. Next is you want to request to list more each month. So let's go here in your overview. Right here it's going to say request to list more. I've already done that. You want to request more even if you don't need it, because one day you might need it. This account is only 6 months old, and you can see it already has a $500,000 limit. What you can do to hack this is once you're closing in on the once a month request, make sure that you change the quantity of an item. Let's say I say I have 5,000 of an item. That will pull this green bar into the red section, and you'll be near your limit. And as long as you have good metrics, like your top rated seller, they will automatically approve you. Also, you can ask more than once per month. You just have to call in and say, I'm doing a very good job, at least in my opinion. My seller level is reasonably high. Please extend a courtesy for me to increase my selling limit. I just think you should have it in the bank. Have extra in case you need it, or you come upon a lot and you have a lot to list. You don't want to be near your limit and have that restrict you. I actually am not sure why eBay even has this limit. Once you get to a certain point, if I can list 500,000, why can't I list 2 million? But anyway, request to list this to increase this every single month. Finally, number 10, make sure that you have a decent accounting system. This is going to take some time. It's not easy to build. I recommend you make a custom one. I have one in my field guide that looks like this. This is basically will tell you what you made each month, profit loss. And at the bottom, what you want is a number that you owe taxes on. So here in this example, you have an inventory tab with all your items that you are selling. I also just added a profit calculator in here. So you can come in here and type in like, okay, if I buy the item for $1 and I sell it for $21, then I make $14.05 profit. This is extremely useful. You can print this out when you go out and source, and it'll make it easier for you to find things. But again, clear is better than big. Okay, so you do not need a massive resale company. You just need a clear one, because if you know exactly how much money you're making, then you can easily just say, okay, I'm selling 50 items a month and I'm making $2,000. I want to make $4,000. Just double it. But if you don't actually know how much money you're making, then you don't really know how to adjust. So again, clear is better than big. So many people think that they can just keep growing and they'll figure it out along the way. I haven't found that to be true for myself or for anyone really. And make sure that you know what you're doing when you're small. So when you get big, it doesn't overcomplicate itself. I'm going to quote Warren Buffett. He said that he knows no businesses that did worse shrinking. Usually what happens is the business grows faster than it can handle and it goes out of business. So don't be one of those businesses. Again, let me know in the comment section below which one of these 10 is your favorite. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And this video, like all of my videos, are sponsored by my reseller field guide, which is $35 with code YouTube in the description below. That really helps me continue to make videos like this. And if you want to join my mastermind group, the reseller field guide is actually free. So it's either $35 a month, you can try it out, or you can do the entire year for $125. And then I recommend you set up a goals call with me so that we can set this listing habit, which is number 2 on this list. In 45 minutes, I'll help you flush out your goal. And then once you have your goal, then that's the easy part. And the rest of your day is actually trying to make that happen. So those are $125 for the goal call, $125 for the year. That should honestly be enough to build your resale business. Figure out what you want, how much money you want to make, then spend the entire year coming to my mastermind call, which is every single day, and talk about what you're working on, what you're improving, ask the group your questions, talk about your challenges. And that's not on here because I think it's a given. If you don't surround yourself with quality people, you're going to have a poor result. So I appreciate you guys. Until next time, make progress daily. Take care.